world. About a year ago, I went to DC as an intern. I interned at the Bazelon Center for Mental Health Law in their communications department. It was a really fun opportunity because not only did I work 4 days a week, I also took a class and I used it to finish off my university degree, so it gave me the rest of the credits I needed to graduate, as well as a really fun experience living in DC. I met tons of cool people, some of which you will see in this video. Apart from that, I also got to do lots of sightseeing. I got to go to lots of music opportunities. I got to go to a couple really cool sports games. This video is about the weekend that my sister Jasmine came to visit me. She flew all the way in from Canada, and I actually made a vlog of that weekend. If you have any questions about DC and the program that I went with, or just my travels in general, I've been all over the world, let me know, but I hope you enjoy this video. Bye! Currently, I am waiting for Jasmine to arrive. She came to visit me and her flight ended up flying into a different airport than we thought it would, so she is on her way here in an Uber, but she should be here soon. And then I have class this morning at 10:45. I don't work on Fridays, but I do have class, and I spilled Cheerios all over the floor, so now I have to clean that up and I'm kind of bummed. I was gonna eat Cheerios and watch Netflix until she arrived to keep myself awake because I'm pretty tired, but anyway, so she should be here soon, and then I will probably put her to bed because she's been flying all night, and then I will head to class, and then we've got lots of fun stuff planned. So Jasmine has finally arrived here in DC. She is already cleaning my kitchen because it's dirty. It needs to be cleaned. But I'm almost all ready for my professional development class, and Jasmine's going to run to Walmart while I'm in class, and then we are going to go get lunch at the Poutineery by Air Canada. Yep, and then we're going to stop in at Bazelon because all of my coworkers are excited to meet you. I told them all about you. Okay. Yep, and then we're going to go to a museum because it's kind of cold today. Gotten out of the class, we have our London fog and our pumpkin spice latte, and we are going to take the metro. We're taking the metro to the Poutineery pop-up by Air Canada with the Starbucks. Brought to you by Starbucks. Okay. Nailed it. Do something like this so I can get my double doubles. I wish, right? We're about to stuff ourselves with the most amazing poutine in DC. Spreading the Canadian love. So we are here at the Air Canada pop-up Poutineery. It is a limited time event. $5 for all these different poutines inspired by different places that Air Canada flies to, and the proceeds are all going to a local nonprofit that helps feed kids in underserved areas. Yeah, I think that's cool. Oh, we love planes. So we stopped here in my office at the Bazelon Center for Mental Health Law, and I toured Jasmine around a little bit, and she got to meet my coworkers, and then we bought tickets for the International Spy Museum on Sunday, and now we are heading out to a film store and then to dinner. Snooping much?
It is from ice cream.
I feel like we should get
so we have to do a birthday cake for order. If you want to know,
dark. There we go. Day 2 of our adventure here in DC. Whoa, that's gross. We are heading to the Capitol building, the National Mall, all of the very stereotypical DC things to do. And we're going to try to fit it all in before lunch at a food truck this afternoon. Yeah.
Want to go up the steps?
Yeah. It's going to be great. Do we want to wait?
No.
Oh.
He's on the steps now. Once there's one person. Really good.
We are here at the U.S. Capitol building. We've got the Capitol building here behind us with its very impressive dome. Woo woo! And then behind us over here we have the
Library of Congress.
that is the Supreme Court building.
Supreme Court!
And then that's the Library of Congress, which we're going to have to go see tomorrow because they didn't want to, Jess has a film camera, and they said that it would be fine going through the x-ray, but
We know better.
yes, we do. So we're going to go back later when she doesn't have her camera with her so that she can go inside, and we'll just take like pictures on my digital camera. So now we're going to walk around the building, and
After we asked the security guard if I could take a picture of him, because he looks cool standing there by himself.
yes, and then we're going to take a tour of the National Mall.
That's made in heaven right there. Let's do it. He gets
So we are here at the U.S. Capitol building. Whoop whoop. The back is quite a bit different, but I like it better. Yeah. The fountain is still running, but all the plants are gone because it's November. But now we are going to go walk all down the National Mall and eventually make it to the Washington Monument, hopefully. So that it's too pinky. And then we're gonna grab lunch at a food truck. No.
Stop. Wait a minute. Fill my cup. Put some milk in it. Take a sip. Pull it up. Get the strap. I just.
We found the Canadian Embassy.
With a pretty flag.
Yes. So we're gonna go inside and see what the Canadian Embassy has to offer the world. I actually, funny enough, I've walked through this area a lot of times, and I never knew that this was here. Outside of the Canadian Embassy, there's this pavilion with all the flags of the provinces, but when you talk, I I don't know, it either amplifies it or
It's domed.
Yeah.
So it reverberates back.
But see, it's so cool.
What?
Oh, Canada, our home and native land. So we are in the National Gallery of Art, and they have this really cool tunnel that goes from one of their buildings to the other building, and it's full of these lights and like a moving stairwell. And yeah, it's really, really pretty. Cheers. So we're waiting for our food. We went to this lovely food truck. One of the best things about DC is that there are food trucks absolutely everywhere. But then we got the Washington Monument behind us, and we're gonna see if we can get one of the
like security people or rangers to show us the mini monument that's buried in a manhole underneath the Washington Monument.
They use it to determine the height of the monument and make sure nothing is sinking. It's a benchmark.
So we found a spot. We're sitting
Literally
like
huddled.
Yeah. So this is like a wall, and we're just like sitting, chilling. We got gyro for lunch. Washington Monument is there. But yeah, we're out of the wind finally, and we're in the sunshine, and so we're doing much better now. Oh
Except
no!
I dropped my lamb.
You just dropped lamb
On my pants too.
Oh no! Yeah.
I need a tissue.
Okay, hold on. We have made it to the Washington Monument! It is a lot bigger than it ever looks. When we were at the Capitol building, it was still like 2 kilometers away, but it looked huge.
But it is hella cold.
It is really cold, so we're gonna walk around. We're gonna try to find the mini monument. It's supposed to be south side Jersey. We have to go here. Because this is all closed off. So yeah, we're gonna try to find it. And if we can't, then we're gonna continue on to the reflecting pool and the Lincoln Memorial and do all that. The wind has died down the tiniest little bit, but the Washington Monument behind us. We just saw the World War II monument, and we've had quite a few people comment on the poppies that we're wearing for Remembrance Day, because they don't do that here, but they all seem to think it's very cool. And now we have the reflecting pool behind us and the Lincoln Memorial at the very end, and we are going to make our way down there and then hopefully make our way back
To the White House.
The White House.
And then to our house.
Yes, because it's so cold.
Idiots. We're walking in the shade.
I just wanted a nice video of us walking next to a
Oh.
reflecting pool, Jasmine.
Sorry. I'm just focused on this temperature.
It's cold. So we've made it to the Lincoln Memorial. I don't know if you can even hear us. I don't know if you can hear us. There's a lot of people. Yeah, so it's pretty packed. But we're gonna make our way back down outside to the White House. Now we're going home. Food and a movie. Maybe we'll watch a movie on the couch and eat some food. Yeah. But before we go, this view is amazing. It's hard to get both of us in it, but it's great. By the way, it is exactly 87 steps from the reflecting pool to the Lincoln Memorial, which is a very random number. And I feel like with all the intentionality that America has in their other buildings, they really done messed up on this one.
I'm a little bit cold.
We stopped at the Vietnam Memorial. It seemed appropriate on Remembrance Day weekend to, to stop by and see it all. It's a bit of an interesting war to commemorate just because
There's such controversy.
it is, yeah. It's not really the same kind of thing as like World War II, where there was like a clearly defined evil to defeat, but it is very solemn to see all the names of the people that died for a cause that they didn't really like. Anyway, not gonna get political. We're heading to the White House. Oh, I'm so cold. This is shaking so bad. Even when you come to DC, Canada leaves its mark. We made it to the ellipse, which is the thing right before the White House.
Just a bunch of grass.
Yeah, it's just a big open field of grass. Google Maps makes it look prettier than it is.
It's not even nice grass.
It's shitty
It's like
grass.
yellow grass.
So we made it to the White House. It is crazy. There's people everywhere.
It's just a super nice white building.
Yeah, it's actually not that impressive. It's not the prettiest
It's got
house.
some nice pillars.
Yeah.
I'll give it that.
Yeah, but
And I'm sure that triangle took a lot of effort to build.
I have been underwhelmed with the White House every time I've seen it. But as the house goes, it's probably gorgeous. There's the White House.
A really nice triangle right there.
We have seen the White House. You can see it there behind us. The selfies didn't really turn out because of the lighting.
Well, there's so much white projected onto this White House because they think we can't see it otherwise. And that just shadows darkness onto the rest of us.
So we're in Lafayette Square now, and we are heading home. It suddenly got darker.
Yeah, that's because there's no lights.
Also because my camera battery is dying. So we're gonna head home and make some dinner, and then we're going out. We're getting lit tonight. Woo! We made it home. Got toast. Jasmine has pasta. I made spaghetti with tomatoes and kale and mushrooms. It was very delicious. But we're gonna grab some dinner. We're eating dinner now, and then we're gonna go out. Two sides. You done yet? I'm bored. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Cause baby tonight. Okay, well this don't turn your head. But I'm bored. My sister looking hot as fuck, and I made her sit next to the lamp for the lighting. But here, stand up now. Mary, come take a selfie with us. Sunday morning, we were walking as fast as possible to get to the train because we have tickets to the International Spy Museum. We didn't end up going out last night. We got all partied up. One of our friends got sick, and I had tickets for a group of 5. And if we had less than 5, they wouldn't let us in because, you know, they want to bring business into their club. So we couldn't go, and everybody else already had plans and was already out. So we didn't end up going. What did we do instead?
We sat around and watched The Office on the floor while drinking water and eating food.
4 hours later. Yeah, it's huge. Enormous. They recommend about 2 hours. But like, you must have like not looked at any of the displays, really.
It takes 2 hours just to walk the whole thing.
Yeah. So we're deciding now between going back to the Library of Congress or going to the Smithsonian Air and Space Museum. I think we're gonna end up doing the Air and Space Museum. But we stopped for lunch at this great little like build your own Indian food place. It's called Merzi in Chinatown. The food portions are like really big, and it's absolutely delicious. And their samosas are perfect.
My heart is made of ice. We need to maintain it.
We're now heading to the Air and Space Museum to see Amelia Earhart's Lockheed Vega, I believe. Was it?
It's a red airplane?
It's a red airplane that she flew. So we're going to go do that, and then we're going to try to catch the National Columns. I believe they're out in Virginia, though, so we will probably have to take an Uber out there.
Try and get there for sunset. Make them glow.
Golden hour. It's going to be great. I'm being invaded. There we go. silence behind is awful. But here we got all of, that's, what is that?
Spirit of St. Louis. It was the first transatlantic flight plane, but also it's from the Battle of the Smithsonian movie.
Yeah, and then we got all sorts of different like airplanes and stuff behind us, fighter jets, and Amelia Earhart's Lockheed Vega that she flew for a long time. What?
You were literally in there.
We're at Capitol Hill Books right now, and as you can see, well, there's the window. The books are stacked all the way up to the windows, and it is a maze. We're up on the, we're upstairs. There's a ground floor, there's a basement that is full of, like, basically all the books that didn't fit upstairs. And then, yeah, the upstairs. So there's 3 floors of books just packed into every nook and cranny. Like, they are stacked above, they're stacked above the shelves, they're stacked on the floor. There's just, it's a book lover's heaven, basically. And I would stay here forever if the world could just pause so that I wasn't missing out. We're in DC. We've got Omi in the back seat. You just met her, don't even pretend.
I'm so fake.
And then we have Hudson here in the front seat. And we are heading, finally, to the Arboretum, I think it's called, to see the National Capitol columns. And then we're going to try to make it to the Pentagon before Jasmine's flight. Although we might just have to drive from the columns straight to the airport, which would be disappointing. But the outside of the Pentagon's kind of ugly, so there's not much to see.
Better seen from the air.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's more shapely.
We're here at the National Columns.
They're so bright and they don't blend in.
Jasmine's been waiting for a while
Hey,
for the
these are
dude
some
in the
really
white
good
pants
pictures. Oh my
right
God,
there
that's perfect.
to like move so she can get her film shot, and she got it, so it's pretty exciting.
It took an hour. No, it didn't.
So yeah, this is it. So the Capitol columns were originally part of the Capitol building, and then in, I believe, 1820, hold up, I can read it. So finished in 1826, these columns were put into the Capitol building, and then they were dismantled in 1958 and put into storage, and then in 1984 they were brought out of storage and interned here at the Arboretum, and now they look gorgeous and they are a tourist trap. So we saw the National Columns, we looked around at the pretty trees, and now Jasmine and I are heading to the airport. Omi is heading to the Holocaust Museum. Hudson is heading home. Yeah?
I gotta eat lunch.
Okay. So yeah, I actually packed us lunches tzatziki cucumber sandwiches, so pretty excited about that. But I don't want Jasmine to go home at all, and I'm actually really bummed about this. But there's only 4 weeks, somewhere in there, until we head home from the Washington Center. I know. And then,
I miss home, but I also don't want to go home.
Then we'll probably like never see each other ever again. So.
Hey, don't ever say never. That's a strong word.
Waiting for Ubers.
And it's cold as fuck. There you go. This reminds me of Kazuki.
The airport, we got our sandwiches, which I made homemade tzatziki. It was really good. If anybody wants the recipe, just let me know. Stunning. Okay. So it's 2:15. We're gonna finish up lunch, and then Jasmine's gonna find her gate, and then she's gonna fly home and leave me all alone here. Hey, we're saying goodbye at the gate. I'm gonna miss this girl a lot. Bye. She's letting me kiss her because she's on film. She doesn't want to slap me and get sued. Bye. So I dropped Jazz off at her gate. We say goodbye. And it's just me again. I'll be seeing her again in probably about 3 weeks. But until then, I have to finish my internship, and yeah, still gonna have fun. I am gonna miss her though. She's like that person that I always know I have someone to go somewhere with. I always have someone to do things with. But c'est la vie, she lives in Canada. She can't stay here forever.